Yeah, fine. So good afternoon, students. So today we'll have a discussion on this multiple choice question of respiration in plants topic. So we'll be discussing in detail about that. So let us begin with the first question. Respiration is. So this has been asked in Gujarat CET question bank. So respiration is, what is it? Is it a anabolic process? Is it a catabolic process? Or is it both A and B? Or is it endothermic process? So respiration in plants is, what is the answer for it, dear students? Yes, it is a catabolic process. So respiration is a catabolic process. So it is the right answer, catabolic process. So metabolism involves anabolic process, catabolic process, both A and B, only redox process. What is the answer for it? Metabolism involves anabolic process, catabolic process, or both A and B. See, the answer is C. Second one, the answer is C. It involves both anabolic and catabolic process. See, two types of metabolism are anabolism and catabolism. So metabolism involves both anabolic and catabolic process. So organisms obtain energy through. How do the organisms obtain energy through? Reproduction, excretion, respiration, digestion. So the answer is respiration. So the organisms obtain energy through respiration. During the respiration process, the food is broken down to release energy. Respiration is a end-ergonic process, exergonic process, both A and B, or neutralization reaction. So what is respiration? See, there is going to be release of energy. So respiration is a exergonic process, exothermic process or exergonic process. So there is release of energy. So respiration is a exergonic process. Fifth one, during respiration, the food is oxidized, reduced, both oxidized and reduced, neither oxidized nor reduced. So what is going to happen during respiration? So the food is oxidized. So during respiration, the food is oxidized. So fifth one, A is the answer. Sixth one, which of the following is a main respiratory substrate in animals? Fructose, starch, glucose, and proteins. So which of the following is a main respiratory substrate in animals? So in animals, it is going to be glucose. Glucose is the main respiratory substrate in animals. Seventh one, during the formation of ATP from ADP, which is released during the formation of ATP from ADP, which is released? Water, oxygen, both A and B, or energy. So what is released during the formation of ATP from ADP? So it is not breakdown of ATP for formation of so it is not the ATP breakdown process that energy can be released. See, whenever there is a formation of ATP from ADP, so water is released. So seventh one, A is the answer. So remember all these things. So A is the answer. It is not D, Sharon. Reason is it is not breakdown of ATP. If ATP breaks down, the bond energy is released. So energy we could have said, but here it is formation of ATP from ADP. That is ADP plus inorganic phosphate. They are going to combine to form ATP. During this process, water is released. Respiration is found in bacteria, prokaryotes, only animals, all of these. So where is respiration found? In all these organisms, they are found. Respiration is found in bacteria, prokaryotes, all of these, you can notice that. Respiratory substrate is completely oxidized in aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, both A and B, fermentation. So where is the respiratory substrate completely oxidized in? So ninth question. So in aerobic respiration, glucose is completely oxidized to release 36 ATP, isn't it? So respiratory substrate is completely oxidized only in aerobic respiration. 10th one, in which of the following types of respiration, the amount of energy released is comparatively more? In which one of them, the type of respiration, the amount of energy released is comparatively more? Is it in uh, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration? Equal energy is released in both A and B. None of these is correct. So in which of the type of respiration, the amount of energy released is more? It is in aerobic respiration, isn't it? It is in aerobic respiration. So 10th one, the answer is A, because 36 ATP molecules are formed during aerobic respiration. Only 2 ATPs are formed in anaerobic respiration. So aerobic respiration, the amount of energy released is maximum. Fermentation occurs in the presence of oxygen, presence of water, absence of oxygen, mitochondria. So the fermentation occurs in the absence of oxygen. So it is anaerobic respiration, we also call it as. So it is fermentation occurs in the absence of oxygen. First stage in respiration is, what is the first stage in respiration? Is it glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport system, or glycogenesis? So glycogenesis is formation of glycogen. So we call it as glycogenesis. So which is the first stage in respiration? The first stage in respiration is glycolysis. So glucose is converted to pyruvic acid in which cycle? Glucose is converted to pyruvic acid in which cycle? Is it Krebs cycle, C4 cycle, C3 cycle, or glycolysis? So glucose is converted to pyruvic acid in glycolysis, or it is also called as EMP pathway, Embden-Meyerhof and Paranas pathway. 14th question, number of pyruvic acid molecules formed in glycolysis is, how many pyruvic acid molecules are formed in glycolysis? So two pyruvic acid molecules are formed in glycolysis. So two pyruvic acid molecules are formed in glycolysis. That is the 14th one. 15th question, number of carbons present in a pyruvic acid T molecule is. So number of carbons present in a pyruvic acid molecule is. So what is the total number of carbon present in pyruvic acid molecule? Is it 3 or 2? So the answer is 3. So the number of pyruvic acid molecules present in carbon, 15th one, it is 3. 3 is the answer. So glycolysis occurs and where does it occur? Cytoplasm, mitochondria, chloroplast, or Golgi complex. So glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm. So number of oxygen molecules used in glycolysis. How many oxygen molecules are used in glycolysis? 0. Oxygen is used only in terminal oxidation. So 17th one, D is the answer. 18th one, number of carbon dioxide molecules produced in glycolysis is, how many carbon dioxide molecules are produced in glycolysis? Is it 2, 3, 4, or 0? So 18th one, what is the answer? Again, it is 0. There are no carbon dioxide molecules produced in glycolysis. Carbon dioxide molecule is released only during the Krebs cycle and oxidative decarboxylation. In only those two steps, carbon dioxide are released, not during glycolysis. During glycolysis, neither oxygen is utilized, neither nor the carbon dioxide is released. In respiration, final acceptor of protons is, which is the final acceptor of proton? Is it oxygen, NAD plus, FAD, ubiquinone? So which is the final acceptor of protons, and what do they become into? They become water, isn't it? So 19th one, A is the answer. Oxygen is the final acceptor of proton. So which is not formed during anaerobic respiration or fermentation? So ethyl alcohol is formed, pyruvate, acetyl coenzyme A, or carbon dioxide, which is not formed during anaerobic respiration. So for this, the answer would be 20th. The answer is acetyl coenzyme A. So acetyl coenzyme A would be formed only in aerobic respiration. The pyruvic acid will be converted to acetyl coenzyme A by the process we call it as oxidative decarboxylation process. So the acetyl coenzyme A is formed only in aerobic respiration, not in anaerobic respiration. See, ADP combines with inorganic phosphate to give ATP, AMK, GDP, GTP. ATP is adenosine triphosphate or adenosine monopotassium, the guanine diphosphate, guanine triphosphate. The answer is 21st. A is the answer. So ADP combines with inorganic phosphate to form ATP. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate is a DHAP DAPA, that is fructose 1,6 biphosphate in presence of aldolase enzyme. They break into two 3-carbon compounds, isn't it? DHAP and phosphoglyceraldehyde. So DHAP is a 3-carbon compound, which is an isomer of 3-PGA. L. Okay, so phosphoglyceric acid, they form an isomer of it. So dihydroxyacetone phosphate is a 3-carbon compound. So 22nd B is the answer. Number of ATP consumed in glycolysis are, so they are going to consume 2 ATPs, 4 ATPs are synthesized and 2 ATPs are consumed. So the answer, 23rd, the answer is 2 ATPs. 24th, substrate in glycolysis is normally. Which is the substrate in glycolysis? Is it fructose, glucose, pyruvic acid, phosphoglyceric acid? The substrate in glucose is normally, glucose is the substrate in glycolysis. So decarboxylation of pyruvic acid results in the formation of acetyl coenzyme. So decarboxylation of pyruvic acid, it results in the formation of acetyl coenzyme A. So B is the answer. 26th, number of direct ATPs produced in glycolysis is, directly they are going to produce 4 ATPs, out of which two of them are being spent. Okay, so number of direct ATPs produced in glycolysis is, so we have to see total ATPs produced is 4, but overall reaction there would be only 2 ATPs. So let us see the 26th. The answer is, so the number of direct ATPs, since they have asked, it is going to be 4 ATPs. 4 ATPs are being produced directly. Number of reduced coenzymes A, NADH, produced during glycolysis are, number of reduced coenzymes NADH produced during glycolysis are, so totally it would be 2. So the 27th, the answer is B, that is 2 NADH2, reduced NADH2. NADH, you know that it is nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide phosphate, reduced nicotinamide adenosine dinucleotide phosphate. 28th question, net gain of glycolysis is 3 ATP and 1 NADH2 or is it 2 ATP and 2 NADH2, or is it 6 ATP and 4 NADH2, or is it 10 ATP and 6 NADH2? So the net gain of glycolysis is 2 ATP and 2 NADH2. This is the right answer. 28B is the right answer. In respiration, the oxygen is used in electron transport system. So in respiration, the oxygen is used in electron transport system. So C is the answer. One molecule of NADH2 gives how many ATPs in electron transport system? So they are going to give 3 ATPs in electron transport system. So one molecule of NADH2 is going to produce 3 ATPs. So 31st, conversion of pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A is called as oxidative decarboxylation. So the conversion of pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A is called as oxidative decarboxylation. So it is called as oxidative decarboxylation. Okay, so that is the answer. 31st D is the answer. So reduction of acetaldehyde gives methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, glycerol, all of these. So what is the answer for this reduction? It is not in your syllabus. Okay, but anyway, can you guess it as students of chemistry? So reduction of acetaldehyde gives, what does it give? It gives ethyl alcohol. Reduction of acetaldehyde gives ethyl alcohol. So the 32nd, the answer is B. It gives ethyl alcohol. So lactic acid is formed due to the reduction of pyruvic acid, acetaldehyde, malic acid, or acetyl coenzyme A. Lactic acid is formed due to the reduction of pyruvic acid. So A is the answer. 33rd A is the answer. 34th, fermentation is the primary mode of energy production in higher plants, animals, yeast, algae. So in which of them is the primary mode of energy production? Fermentation is the primary mode of energy production in yeast. So in yeast, the primary mode of energy production is fermentation. So Krebs cycle, where does it occur? Does it occur in the cytoplasmic matrix, mitochondrial matrix, or F1 particles, or all of this? So Krebs cycle occurs in mitochondrial matrix. So 35th, B is the answer. See, all of them are relevant to what we have studied, isn't it? So it is quite easy for you to recollect and study them also. Good. I'm very happy with many of you who are responding with correct answers. Okay. So good. 36th, Krebs cycle is also known as citric acid cycle, TCA cycle, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle, both A and B. The answer is Krebs cycle is also known as citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle. Okay, so both A and B is the answer. The location of electron transport system is, where is the location of electron transport system? Is it mitochondrial matrix, cytoplasm, outer mitochondrial membrane, or inner mitochondrial membrane? So the location of electron transport system is inner mitochondrial membrane. So the location of electron transport system is inner mitochondrial membrane. So 37th, the answer is D, inner mitochondrial membrane. So Krebs cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl coenzyme A with which of them? Is it, what is the regenerated previous cycle product? Oxaloacetic acid. So acetyl coenzyme A starts with the condensation of acetyl coenzyme A with oxaloacetic acid. So 38th, B is the answer. So only if you are thorough, I had asked you to practice this Krebs cycle, the glycolysis with bits of paper, isn't it? It makes you very easy to understand that by playway method, the skeletal of the ring you form, leave the names free. You can place this cut paper at that place. So you have to arrange it. So that way, read it every time you arrange it. You can practice this cycle very easily. Okay, so Krebs cycle starts with the condensation of acetyl coenzyme A with oxaloacetic acid. They are going to form citric acid. Okay, once they are condensed, they are going to form citric acid. So alpha ketoglutaric acid consists of how many carbon atoms do they have? Alpha ketoglutaric acid, they consist of 5 carbon atoms. So 39, the answer is C, 5 carbon atoms. So alpha ketoglutaric acid, they consist of 5 carbon atoms. Citric acid cycle was proposed by Krebs, Calvin, Mendel, Lavoisier. So citric acid cycle was proposed by Krebs, Hans Krebs. So it is named, citric acid cycle is also named as Krebs cycle. So direct synthesis of ATP in one turn of Krebs cycle is, so how many ATPs are synthesized in one turn of Krebs cycle? So only one ATP, that too it would be synthesized as GTP. Direct synthesis they are talking about, not the indirect, that is the energy rich molecules. So direct synthesis of ATPs in one turn of Krebs cycle is one ATP is synthesized. So 41st A is the answer. 42nd, number of NADH2 formed in one turn of Krebs cycle is. So totally it would be, so the number of NADH2 formed in one turn of Krebs cycle is 4, including that which is formed during oxidative decarboxylation. If we include it, so the total number of NADH2 formed in one turn of Krebs cycle is 4. So 42nd, B is the answer. So 43rd, number of FADH2 formed in one turn of Krebs cycle is, it is only 1. So in 2 Krebs cycle, it would be 2. In 1 Krebs cycle, it is going to be only 1 FADH2. So the number of ATPs which can be generated by one FADH2 in ETS, electron transport system, are 2 ATPs can be synthesized from, can be generated from one FADH2. So there are going to be 2 ATPs that are going to be generated from one FADH2 during electron transport system. So 44th, B is the answer. 45th, formation of ATPs in mitochondria is known as. So what is the formation of ATPs in mitochondria known as? Is it called as oxidative phosphorylation, cyclic phosphorylation, non-cyclic phosphorylation, photophosphorylation, or fermentation? So the formation of ATPs in mitochondria is known as oxidative phosphorylation. So that is, it is also called as electron transport system, or we can also call this as terminal oxidation. So oxidative phosphorylation is the answer. So 45th, A is the answer. So 46th, formation of ATP occurs. Where does it occur? In outer mitochondrial membrane, on F1 particles, mitochondrial matrix, in mitochondrial DNA. So the formation of ATP occurs on F1 particle. So 46, the answer is B, F1 particles. Phosphorylation means formation of reduced coenzymes, formation of PGA, formation of ATP, or is it breakdown of ATP? What is the answer for this? The answer is, what is the phosphorylation means? So it is formation of ATP. See, the answer is formation of ATP. C is the answer. Phosphorylation implies formation of ATP. So the oxidative phosphorylation occurs in Where does it occur? Mitochondria, chloroplast, cytoplasm, Golgi bodies. So it occurs in the inner membrane of mitochondria. So mitochondria is the right answer. So don't get confused just because they have used this term oxidative phosphorylation. It what is the another name for oxidative phosphorylation? Electron transport system. It can also be called as terminal oxidation. So don't get confused with it. So it is taking place in mitochondria, inner membrane of mitochondria. The metal ion present in cytochrome is it copper, iron, magnesium, or zinc? What is the metal ion present in cytochrome? So the 49th, the answer is iron. Iron is present in the the mitochondrial. The metal ion present in cytochrome is iron. So carbon dioxide release occurs in, where does it occur? Photosynthesis, respiration, transpiration, guttation. So the carbon dioxide release occurs in respiration process. So carbon dioxide is released during respiration process. What does RQ stand for? Reduction quotient, respiratory quotient, reverse quotient, none of this. RQ is respiratory quotient. The answer is RQ stands for respiratory quotient. What is the respiratory quotient value for carbohydrate? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? What is the answer for this? So the respiratory quotient, what is the answer for it? It is 1. RQ value for carbohydrate is 1. So A is the answer. A is the answer. So what is the respiratory quotient of anaerobic respiration is? 0, infinity, less than 1, more than 1. So respiratory quotient of anaerobic respiration is 0, infinity. See, what is the volume of oxygen liberated during anaerobic respiration? Oxygen is not consumed. So oxygen consumed is 0. Volume of carbon dioxide divided by volume of oxygen. Okay, so carbon dioxide will be liberated. In lactic acid it is 0, but in alcoholic fermentation carbon dioxide is liberated divided by 0. Any number divided by 0 is infinity. So the answer should be B. RQ value of anaerobic respiration, 53rd, the answer is B, infinity. So you have to think on that line. Anaerobic respiration, there is no oxygen consumed. What is respiratory quotient? The ratio of volume of carbon dioxide evolved to the volume of oxygen consumed. We call it as RQ. Okay, so oxygen is 0. So denominator is 0. It implies the value which should be indefinite or infinite. So RQ of anaerobic respiration is infinity. When amount of carbon dioxide taken from atmosphere in photosynthesis becomes equal to the amount of carbon dioxide released in atmosphere in respiration, this is called as, what is this called as? Is it final point, compensation point, balance point, equal distribution point? The answer is compensation point. When the amount of carbon dioxide taken from atmosphere during photosynthesis becomes equal to the amount of carbon dioxide released in atmosphere during respiration, we call this as compensation point. So 54th, the answer is B, compensation point. 55th, alternative pathway for respiration is, what is the alternative pathway for respiration? Photorespiration, pentose phosphate pathway, C3 cycle, or C4 cycle. What is the alternative pathway for respiration? So that would be 55th. The answer is A. No, not A. Sorry, it is B. Pentose phosphate pathway. So the alternative pathway for respiration is pentose phosphate pathway. Which of the following process is common for aerobic and anaerobic respiration? Glycolysis is common for both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. 56th, A is the answer. Okay. So 57th, anaerobic respiration is also called as, what is anaerobic respiration also called as? Yes, it is also called as fermentation. Anaerobic respiration is also called as fermentation. Okay. So remember, anaerobic respiration is also called as fermentation. A. 58. How many ATPs are formed during dephosphorylation in glycolysis? How many ATPs are formed during dephosphorylation in glycolysis? Is it 2 ATP, 4 ATP, 3 ATP, 6 ATP? So totally, so dephosphorylation is where they lose the phosphate. So 4 ATPs are formed. If you take it as that, so there is 4 ATPs formed by dephosphorylation. So the answer for 58 is B, 4 ATP. Respiratory quotient of oxalic acid is, it is greater than 1. So oxalic acid is going to be an organic acid. So 59th, the answer is B. It would be greater than 1. Only in organic acid, RQ is greater than 1. Even in lipids and the proteins, it is less than 1. Which process occurs in cytosol? That is the cytoplasm of the cell. Is it photosynthesis, Krebs cycle, glycolysis, oxidative phosphorylation? So the process which occurs in the cytoplasm is glycolysis. Okay, so we'll stop at this 60 question discussion as of today, or shall we? Yeah, I think that would be sufficient. If you have any doubts or clarification, dear students, you just let me know. Make a note in your book that we have solved 60 questions. So maybe in the next session, if we have time, we'll solve around another 30 or 40 questions. Okay. So are there any doubts or clarification, dear students?